Hope everyone is doing well today. I am doing well as well. Super excited. Let's see. What is waiting for me? this line. The TV age spawned dire warnings from Marshall McLuhan to Neil Postman that the broad narcotic effect of the new device was making the public stupider, duller, and less capable of self-governance. Americans no longer talk to each other, they entertain each other, Postman wrote. They do not exchange ideas, they exchange images. They do not argue with propositions, excuse me. They argue with good looks, celebrities, and commercials. But all of that was a prologue for the attention age. Attention has never been more in demand, more contested, and more important than it is now. This book is so this is called The Siren's Call: How Attention Became the World's Most Endangered Resource. This book right now it's some parts of it make sense, but some parts of it don't make sense. As in, it's on my level, it's very, some parts of it it's difficult to understand. Some concepts are difficult to understand. Some concepts, like the one that I just read, is fairly easy to understand. I think that's something that I gotta work on. So that's why I'm like writing as well as I go. It's like studying, kind of. It's difficult. Unlike, say, oil, a chemical compound buried in the earth, attention cannot be separated from who we are and what it means to be alive. In fact, attention is the most fundamental human need. The newborn of our species is utterly helpless. It can survive only with attention, that is, if some other human attends to it. That attention will not itself sustain an infant, but it is the necessary precondition to all care. If you neglect a child, it will perish. We are built and formed by attention, destroyed by neglect. That's true. This is child neglect it's a huge thing. Huge thing. This is our shared and inescapable human fate. Now, our deepest neurological structures, human evolutionary inheritances, and social impulses are in a habitat designed to prey upon, to cultivate, distort, or destroy that which most fundamentally makes us human. That is so haunting. Are in a habitat designed to prey upon, to cultivate, distort, or destroy. You know what's and this is one thing why I stopped Instagram. I stopped all these. I barely go on it anymore. It's because when you are on shorts, reels, everyone's doing some crazy shit. Everyone's doing some crazy shit. All thumbnails are so colored. All thumbnails are like, I need your attention kind of thing. It grabs your attention, literally. And advertisement, I talked about this. Gaming advertisements. First thing they do is find some jackass that's willing to do all these crazy things. The first second you view it. Because your mind is constant. When you're scrolling down, your mind is constantly searching. It's searching for something interesting, something entertaining, something that's gonna satisfy that need. And because your mind is constantly doing that, what better place, what better is to do with what do you call it? To have a human face, to have an actual the actual person doing some stupid things. And if you get exposed to it, not once, but you'll see it at least at least once. So a couple of times as you go through your daily or weekly um, scrolling. So when you do that, that image unconsciously burns inside your head. It's like this. It's like right here. Like a scar. It's gone. It's the pain is not there. It's not, you know, it's not gonna bleed on its own randomly if I scratch it randomly. It's not gonna get infected. It's not gonna harm me. Essentially, it causes me no harm. But then it's physically, visually, it's still there. So that image is not. It's actively not It's not haunting me. It's not doing anything that's gonna disrupt me from, um, you know, carrying on my daily activities. But then randomly, it's gonna randomly just pop up in my head. Like if let's say I'm reading right now and I lose focus for 1 second, that 1 second I'm gonna maybe generate this image of this fun image, quote unquote, this image that's gonna alleviate my stress, my this this heavy onerous burden. Um, it could be someone dancing. It could be someone making these weird faces, weird gestures. It could be something that I found entertaining in that short amount of time. And that is, it's terrible, right? Because at that point, you don't have the control of it. Think about that. You don't have the control to not have that image come up in your head, and it's a frightening. It's fucking terrifying if you think about it. I don't know if it's just me. Personally, I find it fucking terrifying that I can't control what I can envision in my head. It just randomly pops up. And that's one of the reasons why I stopped using social media. Just I don't want some random jackass. I don't want some random jackass popping up in my head for no apparent reason. Um, it's frightening, and personally, I personally like like why do like why why do you go on social media? I think that's the better question, because back then, 10, 15, no, not even 10, like 15 years ago, early 2010s, or like late 2000s, on YouTube, people actually genuinely shared. They they still do on YouTube, I guess. Sometimes you see these videos that pop up. It's about 3 minutes long, 4 minutes long. It's about people talking randomly about things. It's not edited. It's like this. No, it's like this. It's not edited. They talk for like shit, my bad. They talk for like 5, 7 minutes. And that's how YouTube was, essentially, 15, 16, 17, like a while ago. Even maybe actually, when was YouTube founded? 2005, 2006, almost 20 years. Think about that. That's from 1980 to 2000s. 20 years. It may not come to us that heavily, but think about that. That's from 1980 to 2000s. A huge amount of time. Even as I'm making this video, like, people are just actively scrolling. People are actively consuming content, spending their attention. It's one of the things that I really, really regret when I was a kid, was just playing games and not focusing on learning. I was not in a good place, but and that's why I said neglect previously, about neglect is super, super important. Yeah, I think prohibition, gaining that sense of trust between your child, because I think at this point, telling them not to do something is gonna be worse. It's not gonna work. You can't do that. Personally, for me, at least I learned that it's not gonna work. You can't take away their gaming consoles. You can't take away that. It's not gonna be good. In this generation, at least in this setting, um, I think the most important thing is building a trust between the child and the parent. Because when you do that, when you build a trust, you can tell the kid to get off your phone after an hour of usage. Get off the phone by 7 o'clock. Get off the phone. You can only do phone for like 15, 10, I think 15, 30 minutes after dinner, something like that. It's all about trust. It's all about building love, trust. I think that's the most important thing. Because the kids are not stupid. Humans are still gonna be humans. Like we're not talking to ourselves like 1,000, 2,000 years from now. We're talking about like just next generation type of kids. They're still gonna be you. They're still gonna have the same mental capacity. It's not gonna change that much. People just need a lot of trust. Excuse me. Parents need to give a lot of trust to their children. Depends ultimately on which that's you pay attention to. If 10 passenger planes went down tomorrow, for example, all airlines would be grounded. But during the COVID years, we came to tolerate an equivalent death toll on a random winter Wednesday. If Al Qaeda sent roving bands of hit squads into nursing homes to live stream the murder of seniors, our societal response would be, I think it's fair to say, significantly more strenuous, heated, and focused than a collective response to deaths on the scale from an invisible virus happening behind closed doors and away from camera phones. Okay. In fact, the greatest civilizational challenge humans faced, or have ever faced, the warming of the planet from human activity, has proven so difficult to solve. In large part because it evades our intentional faculties. Because it evades our intentional faculties. It's always been a problem, legendary writer and climate activist Bill McKibben once told me. The most dangerous thing on the planet, CEO, carbon dioxide, is invisible, odorless, tasteless, and doesn't actually do anything to you directly, at least not until it's too late. Yeah, this is fucked. Okay, I got you. It's fucked. I got you. Alright. This fear creates all kinds of negative effects and behaviors, least of which are kind, brain instincts, the core insight. What the core insight that comes from trial and error is not contingent assignment. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Thank you for watching, by the way, if you guys actually watched or read with me for an hour. You're the best.